So last Sunday, January 4th, I released our bulletproof indicator to our lifetime members on quantcrawler.com. It's a lifetime member exclusive, and we had incredible results this week. I put the bulletproof indicator on six different, I call them M variation tickers like MNQ, MES, MGC, and so on. And I set them to run from last Sunday all the way through Friday, 23 hours a day, 5 days a week, to see if we would actually turn a profit, which tickers would be great, and which ones would fail us. I'm happy to say at the end of the week, with all six tickers running 23 hours a day from Sunday to Friday, we actually had a net profit of $2,181. I'm going to hop over into our Discord announcements channel where I posted all of this and show you those results, but also I turned the bulletproof indicator into a strategy, which was requested by a lot of people for multiple reasons. The biggest one being backtesting. So, tomorrow, version 1.0.3 of the bulletproof indicator comes out. And then next weekend, the strategy is going to roll out. This is a new updated code from last week. So the results are actually better than they would have been the previous 5 days. But let me show you the back tested results for multiple tickers for the bulletproof indicator over the last 7 days, 90 days, and 365 days. So you can see the proof and the real numbers with your own eyes. So, as you guys can see here, this was Friday, January 10th. I'm recording this on the 11th. So, this was yesterday. Day 5 of 5. Test is final. The only red day was actually Friday, which was kind of surprising. I also said here that MGC sucks. And the reason for that is down here, MGC actually blew the account. We completely lost it. And I did not expect, of all things, that MGC was going to be the one that was going to do this. I thought it was going to be micro Bitcoin or just one of these other ones. I didn't think it was going to be gold. But you can see here overall, MNQ on the week was up 1,551. MYM was up 1,055. And again, this was running off the 5 minute time frame, running three contracts per M variation of all of these right here. And it was running 23 hours a day, 5 days a week. And these were the results. So we had three tickers over $1,000. MCL was at 638, and our two losers were MBT and MGC, again landing us at $2,181 overall, with full automation for every single hour that the market was open, Sunday through Friday. Now, let's go ahead and look at some back tested results of the bulletproof indicator so you can actually see this with your own eyes. So here's how I'm going to run this. I have a timer down here in the bottom right hand corner where you guys can see this. I'm going to start this timer and I'm going to show you guys the strategy. And the reason I'm going to do this is because I don't want you guys to think that in between tickers when I'm moving around that I'm changing settings to look better than it is. I want you to see a running clock so you know that I'm not making this stuff up. So I'm going to go ahead and start it. As you can see here, it's running in the bottom corner. So I'm only going to change the settings one time, but I want to show you guys that this was pretty cool. So when I open up, I have the strategy added right here. These are the settings right now on the new one. It's conservative. On the previous version, conservative was way too conservative. So we fixed that. There's a balanced and aggressive mode. I'm using the take profit and stop loss exit. I'm using the smart trail exit as well in case that crosses before one of these. And then I have the take profit and the stop loss ratio right now set at 1.8. Here's what I want to show you. I'm on MYM, and when you open this up, look at how this week would have been the last 5 days of trading. We would have been 80% profitable with a profit factor of 4.068 for $1,800. So that would have been incredible. Oh, the other thing I didn't show you guys is my time filter. I'm only running this during New York session. I was talking with a friend earlier on Discord. He was testing some things and said, "Hey, check out New York session only." So that's how I'm running this, and I'm considering how I'm going to run this upcoming week because it's Saturday and I'm getting ready to run another test. So, anyways, New York session only, 1.8 to 1.8. So here's what I'm going to show you. This is the last 7 days. Then you go the last 30 days right here. Still profitable, really good, 60%. The last 90 days, 52%. We're getting a little bit worse. Our drawdown is still manageable. And then the last 365 days, pretty good. So profit factor of 1.16, drawdown is manageable all year long, and $12,000 on the year. So that's at 1.8 and 1.8. But is what I'm actually going to do. I'm going to run all of these tickers I'm showing you at 1.5 and 1.5. So we'll go backwards now so you can see what it actually would be across every setting if you just set this and never changed it. So on the year, because I'm going backwards, we started at 7 days, went to a year. Now we're going a year down to 7 days. So 53% profitable on the year. with a 1.123 profit factor right here. So let's go to the last 90 days. We had a slightly better profit factor, is slightly better. Last 30 days, 62.73%, 1.663, significantly better. And then the last 7 days at a 1.5 is slightly under 80% with a 3.726 profit factor. So very, very good on MYM. Now let's go over and look at YM just because I was testing this earlier. We'll update this report. Look at YM, max equity drawdown of 3810, profitable trades 80.65% win rate out of 31 trades in the New York session for a profit factor of 3.876. Total profit and loss $18,000. The last 30 days, 63% at a 1.7, $30,000 profit in 30 days since December 11. The last 90, 54%. Of course, more trades, we obviously balance out a little bit here. And then the last 365 days maintains a 54% win rate, 1.119. Drawdown obviously is a challenge here. This section looks like back in April, you would not have been having a fun time based on this down here at the bottom. Total profit overall, $92,000 on the year for YM. The next one I'm going to go look at is MNQ. And again, guys, I'll just show you and recap. I know you see the timer, but we're looking at 1.5, 1.5, 3 contracts. I probably should have adjusted YM to 1. I wouldn't have traded 3, but um, the numbers wouldn't have changed as far as profitable trades and profit factor. They would have been a 1-to-1 compared to this. So anyways, we're trading both directions, 1.5, 1.5, still in the New York time zone. So let's update this on MNQ. And remember, we ran all the way down. So now we're at 365 days worth of testing, 52% profitable here, barely a profit factor of 1. So not the greatest. The last 90 days, almost 53% at 1.1. So better. The last 30 days, better, 54.4 at a 1.142. Still dealing with some drawdown here. In the last 7 days, 60, almost 61% at 1.3. So this is kind of how we performed in our Discord test. We were right around $1,000. I think we were a little bit over, so that adjusted slightly. Now let's go look at the last 7 days of MES. Not the greatest, 51.85%, but we would have not had a 1-to-1 profit factor. We would have been under 1, so we would have lost money. The last 30, I show you guys the good and the bad. So, I'm transparent on this stuff. I've told you guys that before. This one is better, obviously, over the last 30 days, 58% with a 1.352. So we would have been profitable, no drawdown issues. The last 90 days now, 51% almost, 1.03. We're barely hanging on, still maybe manageable. Again, December, beginning of December is never a fun month for anybody. December is just a horrible trading month in general. That wouldn't have been a fun experience. And then the last 365 days, maybe, maybe. It's really thinking about this one. Just leave the clock running. We're just going to have to wait it out. Let me cycle back to 90 days and see what's going on here. All right, oh, there it is. Unstable internet. No, I paid the bill. Here we go. There's our last 1 year. Or, no, I'm sorry. That's the last 30 days. Here's our last 1 year. There we go. 51.74% with a profit factor of 1.044. So, profitable slightly on the year with MES, but let's go look at MCL. I'll update this for the last 12 months. Not having fun. down 300 or $3,837. Let's just see if this one gets better. I ran this test this last week. That's why I was testing MCL. So the last 90 days, not making money, not fun. The last 30, you're profitable, but again, drawdown, I mean, you're making a couple $100. I'm not sure if it's worth it. And then the last 7 days, you are profitable. 405 bucks. Drawdown is manageable. Profit factor is above 1.5, which is crazy. That's awesome. The one that I haven't looked at actually, so we'll just do this one. I mean, I know that gold didn't do well last week, but I'm pretty sure at 1.5 and 1.5. Oh, we actually with MGC we would have made some money the last 7 days. I lost like $1,800 with the previous strategy on this one. So this is the last seven. Let's look at the last 30. We would have made some money. Drawdown is getting up there though. Almost 52% win rate at a 1.1. In the last 90 days, no. We don't like that. And then the last 365, I bet is gross. 48. Yeah. So you can definitely see that this comes down to the ticker that you're running and how the price action is moving. Just for fun, let's check GC because I haven't looked at any of this. I just decided to do this one while I was recording. So GC is not. Let's do this too. Sorry, let's change the contracts down to one because trading three contracts of GC on prop firms would be really tough long term. So not so good there over the course of a whole year. We'll see if it gets better at 90 days. It actually got worse in the last 30. We're break even essentially at a one profit factor. And then the last seven, yeah, I mean, you would have been battling drawdown to make 1,600 bucks, but you're there. And then the last one I'm going to do, I know this is going on kind of long, but let's just check silver. 7 days, not good. The last 30, 53.54, you would have been making money. This would have been manageable, I'm sure. Last 90 days, still making money. And the last 365. Yeah, I think this is manageable. I mean, this would be a lot of maintenance to make just this over the course of a whole year, but it would work. Um, I guess I said that was the last one, but I want to just check full size because this is always fun. Just checking silver, just SI 31,000. So you kind of go through a stretch here where basically from April all the way until middle of November, you're not having any fun. You're just losing. You're just negative on the year at that point. So the last 90 days is better. 34,000. The last 30 days, 26,000. I don't know if this is manageable. It depends on if it's how you trade. And then the last seven, tough. But these are the back tested results of the bulletproof strategy. This indicator is being updated tomorrow, January 11th, to everybody who uses it, lifetime members at QuantCrawler. This strategy I'm excited to see how people change these settings coming up just to kind of see what is the right blend with this take profit and stop loss. I've been playing with it, but I just created this last night. So I've been playing with it and it's going to be really cool to see like time frames. So maybe if we combine London and New York together with the correct take profit and stop loss ratios, how do we get everything above, let's say, 60%? I mean, can you find where on a 30 or 90-day rolling average, every ticker is with the right take profit, the right stop loss, and the right time frames is where you need it to be, where the price action is moving. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching and seeing all this. I'm going to go ahead and pause our timer because we're not checking any more tickers. And I'm excited to see what we come up with as a group here. So, thank you guys.